Um, Super proud of my kids. The way that they fought tonight, resilient. And this venue is always one of the hardest to compete in. The fans are extremely knowledgeable. They're loud. Just the atmosphere is great. And the way that we handled ourselves during that situation, it just shows who we can be, and we're growing as a basketball team, and we're learning each other each and every day. But I thought we got some tremendous performances. Clara did a tremendous job of, just attracting a lot of attention and getting the basketball where it needed to be. Tiani Key was unbelievable today, and then Tonie, man, whew, she was unbelievable. Just very proud of the way that she has really adapted to play in this system. She really became such a facilitator in the first 6 games, and today she found herself with a little bit more. We had been talking about balance, her being able to look for her shot some, and she did a tremendous job tonight of just controlling the game. I think she only had 1 turnover. So tremendous outing by everybody. It's a great game for us.
Questions? We'll start with Caroline, and then we'll go to the back with Lindsay.
Thank you. Tony, this is your first career win against Louisville. Did you have any of that in the back of your mind going into this one? And how proud are you of this team's performance after that tough first half?
Very proud of this team, very proud of this group. We wanted to come in. This is our statement. We wanted to make a statement. Was that a factor? Not exactly. I'm on a new team, and I just want to take all the wins with this team and just keep going.
Lindsay?
Coach, you said the main thing you wanted to see was for this team to get better in this game. Did you see that?
Absolutely. And you can look at the stat sheet all you want, and the stat sheet may be similar to some of the other games that we played. Obviously, this is the best competition that we've had. But as a coach that's trying to learn his team and with the understanding that there's so much possibility, so much just ability to go and be a great basketball team, you just want to see them get better every day. And I'm seeing them, in adverse situations. I'm seeing them handle, things they haven't seen before. Seeing them celebrate each other's successes, pick each other up when they need it, and they're forming that chemistry. And the only way you can get chemistry is to go get it and to have the experience. And they're making the most of it. And to be able to come away with a win today, this game means a lot. It really does. And when I was at Vatech and we were there, we had success, and as you mentioned, Tony played against them. But it's different when you get in the state, and we found that out last year. And I think it's a tremendous opportunity for not only the 2 programs, but the state in general to have this much recognition for women's basketball. So we take it very seriously, and we love competing in this atmosphere, this opportunity. And today was really good for us, and we grew and we went in the right direction.
We'll go to the back, and then Talia and then your journal.
Coach, I think Tasha had 19 in that first half with adjustments, and you guys making that second half to kind of limit her opportunity. I think she only maybe shot the ball in the second half like 3-4 times.
Yeah, Taj is a tremendous player. I recruited her when I was at Tech. We had conversations. I'm still mad at her because I said, when you go to Louisville, don't commit, at least come visit us. And she said, I'm coming to visit you, Coach, and then she committed. So I still love her, though. I mean, she's a tremendous player, but an even better kid. And she really got it going. She plays with pace. It's really hard to speed her up, and she came off some screens. I think a couple of those bank shots that she had got her going a little bit, and she probably felt like she couldn't miss. But what we did, and you take it for what it's worth, we put Amelia Hassett on her. Amelia is our Swiss Army knife. We ask her to do so many different things, and we say, hey, go guard the best player. Oh, by the way, I want you to block a few shots. Oh, hey, rebound the basketball, and make every shot that you take. And Amelia did a really good job putting the length on her, kind of freed Tony up to do some other things and really focus on the offensive end. But that was the adjustment that we made. We put Amelia on her right at the end of the first half, and then she guarded the rest of the game.
This is for any of you. This is the start of a pretty loaded stretch for you guys heading forward. What does a win like this do for momentum and confidence going into that?
I would say that it builds a lot of confidence within ourselves. Like you said, this is the best competition that we've played so far, and we have a stretch of away games like this one where there's a lot of adversity and a lot of more good competition. So I think it really gives us confidence, and it just gives us something to think about, know that we can do this and we can be even better than this. So
I'll add to that. We really feel like we believe in ourselves. And now it's just a matter of proving it. To the rest of the world. We know we're a good basketball team. We know our capabilities, and we're an experienced group. You look at our whole starting 5. They played a lot of basketball, and then to get opportunities like this together, all right, that's when you start building your confidence. Because individually, yeah, collectively we look good on paper, but when you start winning and you start seeing it and you start proving it to other people, you know, it makes you feel a lot better.
Career journal and keep going.
Hey, this could be for anybody. You guys won the third quarter at 20-6. You talked about keeping Taj scoreless there. Were there any other keys to your all's strong play there in the third quarter to really kind of build your lead?
The keys was to put them away early. Don't let this team think they're still in it with us. Of course they're gonna fight. Of course we gotta come and fight, but we wanted to swing first, and that's how we came out in the third quarter with that mentality.
Yeah, and also just like knowing like if like it's gonna go either way, like they could come out and throw a punch at us, or we could do it at them. So I think we knew that we had to come out hot, or else they would do it to us. So.
We make an effort to talk about third quarter blitz, you know, to really get focused and come out, because it could really swing. It could swing the momentum of the game. And we came out, we were hot, and then all of a sudden we were up. You know, I think it was 12 or 14 points. They could very well done the same thing. And so it's just, you know, trying to build, you know, the mentality that we want to have. You know, you don't want to just be a great team on paper. You also want to have that mentality where when you get someone down, you're able to put them away. And that's, you know, something that we're working on, and we're getting better and better at it.
Coach and Clara, can you talk about Tiani's? Was this her best game, and what does it do for you when she has that kind of game?
I would say, yeah, I think it would probably be her best game so far. And I think that having someone like Tiani down there, like someone who's bringing energy, keeping us on track, staying motivated throughout, like I think she helps me a lot. Obviously, like basketball, like bringing the tension off and like diving to basket, things like that with the double team, but also just like mentally, she's really strong, like mentally, and I think that she brings us like a lot of energy, like I said, and keeps us together throughout the game.
Tiani is Clara's bodyguard, you know. I think but Tiani does a really good job of you know, just keeping everybody focused, locked in, and you know, Tiani's, you know, she's working through some things, you know, physically, and she's not 100% right now. So we've had to rest her a little bit, and, you know, so her timing gets off a little bit, and you know, she had a good week of practice this week. And she just gets her timing down. She's going to be great for us. But I pulled those two aside probably after the first week of practice, and I told them they can be the best front court tandem in the country. They put their minds to it just because they do so many different things. And you know, they block shots, they rebound the basketball, they both can bring the ball up the floor. They're both unicorns, and it gives us an opportunity to play a different way than most people.
Brandon, Phoenix, Carolina.
Kenny, coming into the game, certainly Roberts and Ziegler are they generate most of their offense through those two players. How much of the game plan was you're fine with letting them get, you know, what they normally get, but let's stop somebody else from, you know, kind of being that dark horse?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, Jeff's figuring his team out as well. Ziegler I'd never seen play before, just on film. Obviously, very familiar with Taj. And we never wanted them to get theirs and take everybody else away, because we know how dangerous they can be. And they have very good players. You know, we played against Scott last year when she was at Oklahoma. We know what Randolph can do. And so we just really, we're trying to find ourselves too. You know, what's going to be the best matchups for us? Who do we want to put on certain type players? Again, I'll go back to that. I've never seen 3 shots go in bank. I even asked the referee, I said, are they calling that? You know, so, but you know, that just really, if you take those away, we would have had, you know, a lead that we could have built on after the first quarter, you know. But so we're trying to figure ourselves out. You know, we're not saying, hey, we're going to focus on these two and take somebody else away. We want to play great team defense. And our defense is, I think it's underrated, but it's getting better and better because they're understanding what we want to do and how we want to do it.
Coach, I know like Tiani was a big part of that third quarter, but I thought Lexi and Asia were too.
Yeah.
You know, you look at the stat sheet, you know, but there's not the most production there. But outside of the stat sheet, and you know, how big did you think they were there in that run?
No, they were huge. They were huge. Lexi, I think, hit a 3 in the corner, but more importantly, both of them played really solid defense. And that's one of the things we've been asking for both of them. Obviously, Asia's gotten off to a better start shooting the basketball or scoring the basketball. But I thought she did a really good job on Roberts, I think it was. A couple possessions that she had her. Lexi did a good job on the defensive end and just really helped stable us some. So I was very proud of both of them. And you're exactly right. You know, their stat lines will jump out at you, but we as coaches know what a big impact that Lexi and Asia had on the game.
Coach, you mentioned a couple times the experience of this group. Are you noticing that translate to maturity on the floor, whereas maybe last year's team, where it was a little top-heavy experience-wise, would have?
So you're saying Georgia and Deja were really old, huh?
Hey.
Is that what you're saying? No, I am, and you know, it's kind of the way that I'll put stuff out there. I'll put a philosophy out there, but I really want it to be theirs. I want it all to happen organically. So there have been several times in practice where I'll call a play and I'll mix it up or something, and I'll let them conversate. You know, sometimes it seems like it's a minute about what they're supposed to do, but they're figuring it out, and then it becomes theirs. And now when they conversate, now it's a lot quicker. Hey, you go here, you go there. Okay, oh yeah, I got it. Okay, and they're so versatile. You know, they all can run every position on the floor, and that's when, as we continue, that's going to make us even more difficult to guard. And that's something that I'm praying on, that I want them to be able to do, because they're capable of that. And with their experience, that's what I notice, is that they're able to do things like that, and they can conversate and get through a situation. Now they start holding each other more accountable in a direct way. What I mean by that, they'd be okay to step on someone's toes and okay for somebody to step on your toes and still continue to go. Then we're going to be a dangerous basketball team.
We'll end it with Lindsay unless there's anything else pressing.
For the players, this was your first of many ranked matchups this season. What did you guys learn about yourselves as a team today?
We learned that we can come in the fire, we can come in a hostile environment and still do what we need to do, and we gain some confidence in ourselves.
I really just what she said. I think it gave us a lot of confidence within ourselves that you can't really get obviously off of just like practice and things like that. But I think like going down the road, like building off this and knowing like we did this and we can do better too. So.
Thank you all. Thanks for joining us today.